We have just wrapped up the production of level 15, the final level, and I hope you saw some of the footage that I posted online, which is this impressive dam that might seem a little bit familiar. And today I'm going to show you a real quick overview of how the dynamic music system works. Not of the whole level, obviously, because there's still something for you to be discovered in the game, but I'm going to show it to you in a little segment that takes place. So the dynamic music system has the goal to dynamically adapt to what you do and how you proceed in the level, and depending on your actions, but it should never break like the rhythm too much. It should never appear or feel like as though you're breaking just the pattern of the music. It just all flow naturally. So you imagine now you're inside the dam, which is parts an actual production facility of a dam, and with turbines and everything to generate power. And the other thing is that there's some hidden things in there. I don't want to go into any details in this video because, well, that's for you to discover when you'll be able to play the game. So let's have a look within Wwise, which is the software in which I program all the cues that I prepare. By the way, level 15 consists of over 50 elements, musical elements. So within the dam, inside the dam, there's a little bit of atmosphere music going on. And now imagine you're going inside some ventilation shafts, and you're going towards toilets within the ventilation shafts. So now it switches over to actually a loop that plays while in the toilet, and as soon as you leave the toilets, the music picks up, because you're in the production facility, so to speak, and yeah, it should give you a little bit of that agent vibe, a little bit of that spy secret vibe. And this just goes on. And of course, you always have the possibility of dying, which will trigger the death cue instantly. And the other transitions are usually based on the next beat of the current track or the next bar. Of course, the next beat is a little more immediate, and the next bar gives a little bit of time to breathe and a little bit of time to actually make smoother transitions. So now you're sneaking around this facility, and you have to locate the main labs, the main military labs, and as soon as you find them, the state switches over to none, which triggers sort of an exit, because now you're getting towards the labs. And when you enter the lab behind safety glass, this will trigger a little stinger. Now, as opposed to the music before, which was a loop, this is a single stinger. So this just plays once when you enter the lab. Then inside the lab you have to do something, I'm not going to tell you what, and then as soon as you have achieved that, you get a little reward cue. And when you exit the labs again, the music picks up again, with a rendition of the piece of the loop that you've heard before, so the sneaky spy agent loop. But now a little variation with different beats and stuff, and a little bit different composition, just to, change up things a little. Now usually the loops run between everything between 2 and 5 minutes, just in order not to make it too repetitive and not to make the blend points too obvious, so it flows nicely. So even if you were to hang around a certain place or take longer for a certain place, it doesn't get obviously repetitive all the time. And at one point, you will make your way out of the dam, and this will trigger, again, the states will switch to nothing, because outside there will be no music again, and there's a little transition piece which allows for a smooth transition. And in action, as soon as you leave the dam, it sounds like this. And as a little bonus for sticking all the way to the end, here's a little composition for the end bit when everything cools down again. So I hope you've enjoyed this little demonstration. I try to keep it short and sweet. Perhaps at one point I will do, like in the good old days, I will do a little live stream going into more details, how this actually works and how you set everything up with the beats per minute, how actually everything is programmed precisely. But it's always a little bit difficult to show off these things, and this time, of course, you do not know what's going on in the game and what will happen, so there's still a lot of surprise elements, and I don't want to spoil it before. So stay tuned, and we're closing into the demo of the first level, so the real first playable demo of Dangerous Connections. It should be ready towards mid-end August, and we can't wait to let you play it. And finally, after almost 5 years in development, experience the first moments in Dangerous Connections and get the first glimpses. So stay tuned. Thank you very much for your support, and see you soon.